Hello, YouTube. Hello. We're live. And it is the sound live with coffee and with special guests. That's right. I have with me today Jennifer Valaquette. Jennifer is a music teacher. She plays flute and saxophone, and she does all kinds of really cool classical music. Why don't you tell everybody about your latest project, Jennifer?
Hi, thanks, Matthew. I'm trying to decide actually what song to do, and so I'm still working on some quartets, but I'm trying to do like a solo, and I haven't decided yet, but something will be up soon. So,
Awesome. Well, that's cool.
thanks, Matthew.
Oh, absolutely. And also with me today, I have rock singer and musician Evelyn Holland. How you doing, Eve? Why don't you tell everybody about your latest project?
I'm working on the third record for the Keys of Solomon project. I just tracked some bass and some keys this weekend after coming back from the beach. So that's moving forward. And other than that, yeah, I just joined the Magdalene, and they're currently training me on the songs. So hopefully, maybe later in the year, I'll be playing shows with them.
Cool. You'll be rocking out again. That's awesome.
Yep.
I want to get out and play so bad. So the project I want to give a shout out to is my new mashup. It's out now with Sarah Olson. It's called Man Plastic Heart Eater. You guys check it out, man. It's really fun. Me and Sarah, we had a lot of fun mashing up some Miley Cyrus with some Hall & Oates in a wholesome acoustic setting.
It was so good, so good.
Oh, thank you, thank you, Jennifer. I really appreciate that. Okay, now getting to work. So we have a lot of Elite Bata requests, and this is a double feature. The Elite is going to be the second half, so all my Elipers, stick around. I've got my cold brew here I'm drinking. We've got Khalifa coffee, yeah, and I got my Nightwish hoodie. That's right, shout out to Nightwish. I love you guys, man. I did a reaction to Nightwish yesterday. More Nightwish is coming in the future. All right, so we're going to start off. This one was hard to find. People were saying, if I liked Elite Bata's cover of Another Day by Dream Theater so much, I should check out his Fatal Tragedy cover. And then it was gone. It's not on. It was not on his channel. I had to search for it, and then I eventually found it. But I want to make sure that you guys know this original song first. And the cool thing is, this Elite Bata cover is really short. It's like a minute. So the original song is a lot longer. You're going to hear, and I'm making it special. This is something I've never heard. This is the live version from the last tour. And so it's a modern, updated version of this song that I've never heard before. And so, without further ado, musicians panel, are you guys all set up and ready to go with this?
Ready to go?
Yes.
So without further ado, musicians panel reacts to Fatal Tragedy by Dream Theater from Distant Memories, live in London. Here we go!
Alone at night, I feel so strange. I need to find
That venue right there looks similar to the one I saw
all
them at
the
St. Paul,
answers to
and
my dreams.
which was the Orpheum Theater. That's what it was.
When I sleep at night, I hear the cries. What does this mean?
Labrie was on fire that night on the side note.
I shut the door and travel to another home. I met an older man, he seemed to be alone. I found that I could trust him, he talked to me that night. Like, did you know what girl was right out here?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I love the purple on that guitar.
Exceptionally like it.
Yeah. That part right there is like one of the hardest parts of the song.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, those unison lines are pretty great. This was, yeah, it was the first one. They brought him in from Nicholson experiment, so. Yeah, I love the stand.
It really sounds like
There's not enough guitar keyboard.
Now it is time to see how you die. Remember that death is not the end, but only a transition.
so cool.
Okay, so Jennifer, you're the one reacting to that song. What do you think?
I loved it, especially the keys, because I'm a piano player, so I just love watching their hands going, and then the guitar player is like making it look so easy. you know,
Yeah.
that was just amazing, and I loved the keys in the beginning of the song, and then it just kind of rocked out. You know what I mean? After that, it was beautiful, awesome.
Absolutely. And what do you think, Eve?
Uh, Having had previous knowledge of the song and Scenes from a Memory being one of my favorite records of all time. Yeah, no, it was a great performance, and it definitely is on par with the St. Paul performance. It seems like they were on fire that entire tour. The entire band. Although I gotta say, I wasn't a fan of Mangini until I saw them live
Mm-hmm.
doing the entire Scenes from a Memory, and then they did a set with a bunch of their new stuff from Distance Over Time.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Mangini's a beast of a drummer. I mean, like I've said, and I mean, this is just drum chops alone. Anybody trying to fill Mike Portnoy's spot is going to have a hell of a time. Okay, because
Yeah.
because he's just a legendary drummer at this point. The big loss was not in drum chops because Mike Mangini is comparable. I'm not saying he's as good. Okay, I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
but he's comparable. The big loss was background vocals and songwriting.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
Because Mike Portnoy is a good singer.
Right.
He's a good growler, and those background vocals used to have John Petrucci and Mike Portnoy.
Yep.
And so if that song was missing one thing, it was Mike Portnoy's backing vocal. Other than that,
Yeah.
it was perfect. There's a billion notes in that song, and they were all right. They were all exactly perfect. It was so much fun. I get
It
to see
was.
that live. Hold on one second. Not this tour, but I've got to see Dream Theater twice live, and both times were with Mangini. I saw them both times in Florida, and the first time was the first tour they did with Mangini with the first new album. Blanking on it, and then I also saw him again when they did the Astonishing tour, which I loved the Astonishing, and then they did an abbreviated version of the Astonishing. They did like the whole thing, except they cut out a few songs. And then on top of that, they did 3 encores.
Wow.
They did As I Am, they did Pull Me Under, and then they did The Spirit Carries On, which is probably my all-time favorite song of all songs.
I kind of want to see that sometime and react to it. That'd be fun.
Okay, we will.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
I do a cover of it sometimes. Maybe I'll do it for you on Thursday. Okay.
Yay.
The last thing about that I wanted to say was just that I didn't see Jordan play the guitar on that before. Like, I don't remember him doing that when I saw that song, do that song live. So that was really cool, seeing the guitar. Any other comments about this Dream Theater video before we try the Leap cover and see how this all ties together?
No, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. So, Leap Bata is going to do this in a minute? What?
Oh my god.
He's gonna. I mean, obviously he's not gonna do the whole song, but what? What?
I can't wait to see this.
This video was deleted from the internet. You're not allowed to see it because of copyright. It had too many views. It was too popular. And so the record company shut it down. And they said, no, you cannot watch Mr. Bata doing this. It's too good. What? Really?
He is too good though. He's awesome.
He's not. It's an advertisement for the band, the record label. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a short video though, like I said.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to say before we start this thing?
I'm super excited to see him.
Yeah, I mean, under a minute, I am honestly a little skeptical, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Are you guys all ready to go?
Ready to go.
You too, Eve?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So, without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Elite Bata's acoustic guitar fingerstyle cover of Fatal Tragedy by Dream Theater originally. Here we go!
Wow.
That
That
was
was
just part of it. Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. What do
Yeah.
you think? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I definitely like, and I don't want to say why, but I could relate to a lot of those words that he was putting up there for a reason. You know the reason, Matthew, but like,
Well,
but yeah, it's great. His playing was amazing as usual. Like,
yeah, there's definitely stalking going on in Scenes from a Memory. There's a murder and mayhem and
yeah,
all
that's not what
kinds
I
of stuff
relate.
that goes on in that story.
That's not what I relate to. That not that part, but you know.
So I'm not going to spoil it for you, Jennifer. But
Yeah, yeah.
if you want to lay down and make yourself comfortable, put on some headphones and just go for the ultimate head trip. You could watch a live version if you want. I recommend just putting on the album version of Dream Theater's Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from Memory, and just take the ride. I mean,
Heck yeah.
it's
Writing that
as
down.
good as Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and that is hard. That is a bar that it is hard to make to meet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have to agree. It's Scenes from a Memory is in the metal world is on par with Opus Blackwater Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely check that out. I wish I wanted to see Alip do more of that. The only thing about it was that it was over. I thought the melodic, the way he was doing those bass lines, it was just so gorgeous, and the way he was mixing it all together, and oh man, I was just so impressed with that. And then he had it going, and the groove was kicking, and then it just. I wonder why. Maybe he didn't ever upload the whole song, or maybe if they only kept a clip because that's all they could get through the gates without it getting blocked. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna agree with you on that. I assume because the way that you were explaining it before, it does sound like it was cut off there to just kind of breeze right around that copyright claim.
Yeah.
Copyrights, man.
I think it's because of that too.
Yeah, I've been dealing with the blocking a lot. If I figured out that if I make the videos small enough and whatever, sometimes I'll only get blocked in like Cuba, Iran, North Korea, and Syria instead of like being blocked in the whole world. And sometimes I just have to take that, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, it sucks, but I guess these embargoed countries aren't going to get my video.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, back to Elite Bata. We're going to have to do the Zoom room roulette here. So,
Oh, yeah.
is there any more comments about the technical wizardry that was in that? Because I just loved it. It was so smooth.
He's just amazing. He makes it look so easy, and I just love watching him.
The fact that he can incorporate both the chords and the vocal line is pretty impressive.
And the bass.
Yeah, and the bass for that matter.
I mean, there's never any bass lacking in any elite bata arrangement. There's never for a moment, and of course, it's not the same as having a full bass guitar or an upright bass or a keyboard bass even. Okay, sure, you're an octave higher, but like the way he plays his dynamics, he hits it with the right balance, and so it doesn't feel like it's missing a bass guitar. Like the Doors, the Doors didn't have a bass player. Right? Did anybody ever notice that? I mean, the keyboard player was kicking bass pedals and stuff. It's not the same. But their music was good enough, and the guitar player filled in some of that bottom end on the guitar, and so nobody ever noticed that they didn't have a bass player.
Right.
They did have a bass player like later in their later years. But
okay,
yeah,
they did later.
yes.
At least in the main years that I was just an example that popped in my head.
Right, yeah.
And in the movie, that's where I got most of my information about the Doors. I'll be honest. There was that they didn't have a bass player in the movie, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean it's one more, I guess one more facet of the band that they didn't have to worry about. And Ray Manzarek, I think we should examine some of the Doors stuff sometime.
Definitely.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Incredible keyboard player. Definitely great compositions, and the poetry was always really good. The only thing about the Doors was because Jim Morrison disintegrated, they kind of disintegrated, and this discussion is definitely disintegrated from Dream Theater to Elite Bata all the way to the Doors. We're like way off in left field. We got lots more coming up for you guys. We're on a little bit of a schedule here. We got to do the Zoom Room Roulette. So everybody, let's just hop out and then hop right back in, and I'll see you in just 2 seconds, everybody. All right now. And the Zoom Room Roulette's happening right now. I'm here. I'm back. I'm here. I'm back. They're coming back right now. They're coming back soon. Jennifer's in the waiting room. There she is. All right. Jennifer's back.
Yeah. Oh, I need to change my name, though.
Jennifer is back.
I
Oh,
gotta change my name.
You don't want to be a green belt in here?
I'm actually a blue. I'm gonna be blue stripe soon. So
blue.
that was from the tournament when I was green belt. It just like saved in there for some reason.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm actually a blue belt now. So I'm testing for senior blue soon. Maybe, possibly.
Awesome. And here's Evelyn coming back. All right.
Thank you. Hi guys in chat room.
So that was the fans' pick, everyone. The fans have picked Elite Bata. And so now I'm going to do my pick because I think it'll go really good following.
Okay.
Are you here, Eve? Can I hear you?
Yeah,
yes,
I'm here.
You're here.
Right.
All right, so we've switched around, and now as you
Made
can
it.
see, Eve and Jennifer are now in different positions in the room. They're in different positions. How could this be?
Have ads going on here.
Well, that's what we're doing. We're getting it all ready. Okay,
There we go.
so
Okay.
I am doing. This is going to be my pick, guys. I am doing a reaction to another full rock opera-like double album called The Source by Ayreon. Ayreon is a band that is led by Dutch metal guitarist and keyboard player and bassist Arjen Anthony Lucassen. He's incredible, and then he collaborates with the greatest musicians and a massive amount of vocalists. I believe there's 11 or 12 lead singers across this album, each playing their own character. I mean, this album is, I haven't finished it yet, but it could potentially be, and I'm looking to see that it will be on par with, this Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. Like, it's that good. I'm really liking it. It's not on the list yet just because I haven't finished it. So, this is a track towards the middle of the second album called Into the Ocean. I believe Jennifer came along with me on one of the rides of this.
I did.
It was a middle random ride.
Yes.
And so we're sort of still in the middle randomness. So if you guys, if you haven't heard of Ayreon before, I highly recommend you check them out.
I actually, because one of my favorite bands, Opeth, the lead singer, Michael Ackerfeld, did what album was it? It was the It was the one that it's like day 1 through 16. I'm just trying to remember what it was called. But I know he did a character on there, and he was in like, I want to say like 10 of the songs on the album.
Cool. Right on. Okay. Anything you want to say, Jennifer, before we start this?
I'm excited. I just remember the last time we watched one of their songs, I kept saying it reminded me of the Matrix movie.
So, just to give you guys an idea, the where we're at in the story, and this is the 2-second version. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff, but the Earth is being destroyed, and so people have gone out on a spaceship to try to find a new home. And the planet that they're going to is an ocean world, and they've been bathing in this scientific thing called the Source, or liquid eternity, that is transforming them into fish people so that they can survive in an ocean world. And so this title is called Into the Ocean. Are you guys all ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
So without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Ayreon Into the Ocean from the Source. Here we go!
Like immediately, that riff is classic 80s heavy metal. That fits that pedal tone. Oh yeah, maybe a little bit of Ricky Black noise. Totally reminds me of Rainbow.
Unblemished and pure, a paragon of perfection, so calm and serene forever. A glorious view, oh I can't believe my eyes. Our trek is complete, our goal is achieved. We're alive, we're alive.
Love that you have the coffee, Matthew.
Yeah, man, that was a face melter right off the bat, wasn't it?
hmm
Yeah, it had some
That was
rainbow. I was just saying.
Man, that keyboard solo was sort of brief, but that was a really cool. It's almost reminded me of the Who, just for a
yeah.
moment. It's sort of like it almost like teleported me into like Teenage Wasteland for a second, you know? Just that, you know what I'm talking about? I think it was just that same Moog tone or whatever. That was cool.
Probably.
Yeah, and then go ahead, Eve.
Yeah, no, you go ahead, man.
She's freezing. Are you freezing?
Yeah, I just like how we'll give her a second.
I'm
Yeah.
not freezing.
I just like how you know, the last one was sort of a dark, brooding sort of, and so then this one was just kind of like right off the bat, right away, just slamming right into it. A lot of this Ayreon double album has been 6/8. Which I love. And it's a nice breath of fresh air from so much 4/4. And so that song was cool because it actually was a change up because it was 4/4. Like, there's not that much 4/4 on this album. And so that made it fresh and different in this context. And so I really like that. There wasn't as much of the acoustic instruments. One of the things that Ayreon is famous for is incorporating, flute, violin, cello, other really awesome acoustic players. That one was pretty much just straight up, backline rock band, and some incredible vocalists, man. It was all guys on that one. You heard a bunch of the guys. For post, I'll go ahead and put on the official lyric video. I just had us just listen to the album version for this because it would have been really difficult for us all to like start on a timestamp rather than just play a video, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Especially when you figure in the ads and everything else, that just make it too much of a headache. So I'll go ahead and put the lyric video in and post. That's easy. But I don't remember all the names of all the vocalists. I'm not going to try to claim that I do. But oh man, that guy from Symphony X, right? He started us off, and his voice is just cuts just so hard, man. I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it either. I saw them live with Overkill back in I think 2016, and yeah, no, he's a great front man.
Oh man, it's just
Yeah.
so much edge on his voice. I just, if you guys listen to the way I sing, I always vary the edge based on what song I'm singing, right? I don't put any edge on Lady in Red, right? You can't. But like he just has this distinctive razor sharp voice, and it just caught my attention right away. And then like the whole thing, like I said, it's like an opera. They're like discussing it. It's wonderful. I really
That was
enjoy
so
that.
cool. I kind of love like if this is considered like a rock opera, I guess, right? Like you said, opera. Yeah, sort of.
It's a
Anyway,
space rock
yeah.
thing.
I just love it. I just love the rock operas. I do. They're awesome.
I guess you could call it a space rock opera.
Space rock
I
opera.
call it a rock opera.
Yeah.
It's a double album, so I mean that's pretty huge and intense.
Right.
I just I think a lot of that, besides the drums and the vocals, was Arjen. A lot of it. I don't know for sure if he had anybody else playing, but I mean, like
Yeah.
that just was just so him, his personality. It was really cool.
I'm gonna,
Any more
my
any more
dog's
comments on
barking.
this before we go
I'm
over
gonna
to
mute
Ladies'
myself.
Choice? Any more comments on Ayreon?
Ayreon, yeah, I can't think of anything, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah, my dog's barking, so I muted myself for a minute.
All right, so who would be my first volunteer lady to go next?
I guess I'll go.
All right, so why don't you give me an introduction?
Well, I figured I'd do something a little different because it's like ones I've introduced into this panel have all been rock oriented. So I went with something country and like I guess a little more obscure country, not something everybody knows. And Blaze Foley was not very well known for years until he was, I think John Prine most famously covered Clay Pigeons, and that's a Blaze Foley song. You probably have heard that. And then I don't know if you're familiar with Townes Van Zandt, but him and he was more famous than Foley, and he did. You've probably heard the song Poncho and Lefty, I assume.
I'm not sure. I'm not the best with titles. Like I'm more of a hook kind of guy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's a great movie if you're interested at all called Blaze. That's kind of it's a biopic basically of his life and his relationship with Sybil, who eventually became I think a Broadway actor later, or after their relationship.
Neat. Cool. All right. Well, without further ado, you all ready to go, Jennifer?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I keep checking the chat. That's why my head goes down once in a while.
You're fine. Okay,
Trying to
so
let
without
everybody-
further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Ladies' Choice number 1, Blaze Foley, Cold,
Yeah.
Cold World. Here we go.
All right.
I've tried for a long time, but I think I can't win. I could do it all better if I could do it again. Wherever I'm going, it's the same place I've been. Ain't it a cold, cold world? Outside was hot, but inside I was cold. The eyes of the young met the eyes of the old, and what they were thinking I'll never be told. Ain't it a cold, cold world? Then an old lady asked me about the new daylight time. I said it don't matter, and she said I don't mind. Then the bus driver said, you still owe me a dime. Ain't it a cold, cold world?
Love his voice.
Yeah, very soulful. And those harmonies too. Those harmonies
Yeah.
are great.
I like the
Great.
old school 3/4 feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't get no job and can't get no rest. Started out east but ended up west. And I'm so glad to be here, I'm sure I would guess. Ain't it a cold, cold world? Might have to leave you, think's what she said. Wish I could sleep instead of tossing in bed. I can find myself thinking that I'd rather be dead.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't listen to a whole lot of country, but I like some good ones when I do listen to it, and I thought that was a good one.
Yeah, that's I mean, I don't listen to like a whole ton of country myself, but when I want to listen to something different than I guess rock or metal, I go into country or jazz or sometimes blues,
Hmm.
and classical too.
I love
Yeah,
playing the blues on saxophone. That's fun.
Yeah.
We
absolutely.
actually we went to Kentucky this weekend to visit a good friend of mine. And there was a bluegrass band playing that my parents took a video of. So awesome. Like just live music, bluegrass.
I mean, for for me, like I like country that is like that. It has that nice mellow feel. Like in a lot of ways, modern country has sort of replaced rock,
Hmm.
and I
Yes, I
don't
agree.
like that. I I think that, and I mean it's fine for country artists, but crossover, like for example Bon Jovi, like an obvious crossover, right? Like
Mhm.
Bret Michaels, right? Poison, right? An obvious crossover. They
Right.
already had some country song sounding influency songs, right? You know what I mean? So it wasn't a huge leap, but then you start like just making like all country like 50% rock with twangy
Yep.
vocals and some banjo, and that's when I start to get a little bit annoyed because it's like, if it's Matchbox 20 with some twangy vocals, then that's not country. I don't know
Nope.
if that
Right.
makes sense.
No, it's not. Not really.
So I like that.
Mhm.
Once again, you guys know I talk all about meters a lot because I tend to be in the rut of writing in 4/4 too much. My brain just it's programmed to just think in 4/4 too much. And so whenever I hear a nice song that's in a different meter, I just, ooh, yeah, I like that. It's something cool. And so one of my favorite elements of that old country is that flowing 3/4, a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. And it's not the melody that so much. You know what I mean? It's about the groove. It kind of like flows like that. A one and a one, a one and a one. Right?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually counting 1 2 3, 1 2 3
Hmm.
while it was going.
Yeah, you can waltz to it. You
Yeah.
know.
Yep. Yep.
Um, and that's nice. It's nice. It's
Hmm.
got that rise and fall.
Hmm.
Just like a waltz does, and that's beautiful.
I felt
It's
like I
just
want.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I felt like I wanted to wear a cowboy hat though.
To the point of the harmonies, they were traditional and sounded good. They were mixed well in tune. Overall, the vocals are a little bit higher than I like for a song. Um, I overall I probably would have had just a little bit more compressed background tracks, just a little bit. But I'm not one of these modern electronic guys that wants everything mastered -6 to 0. I mean, I like to have a 12 decibel range in my
Yeah.
mastering,
Yeah.
so that my piano doesn't go up much higher than -12, right? Because
Right.
because
Right.
otherwise you don't get no piano, right? But that being said, I just felt like the vocals were a little bit more on top, a little bit, and country does that. They
Yeah.
really want you to be able to hear the words, really be able to want you to hear and feel all those harmonies. That's my 2 cents on it. I liked it. Good song.
Awesome. Yeah, I figured you guys would appreciate at least the um, the 3/4 feel.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, it's definitely nice listening to different meter.
Now, I was trying to follow all the lyrics, but I can't say I got the whole story. I could tell there was definitely
Uh,
a story going on there. There was definitely development and movement with it. So that was
I didn't
cool.
catch. Yeah, I didn't catch the whole thing either, but it was. I just loved his voice though. So I love the low voices. Like.
It's very soothing, and
Hmm.
I would say like having heard the song several times over and then reading the lyrics, they're depressing lyrics when you read them, but what's put to the background music and everything is very hopeful. It's like finding hope out of uh, sorrow.
I think we can all
Right.
understand that in one way or another over the last year and a half.
Last year in 2020, yeah, for real, like for real.
Right on. Well, that was a good one. Any further comments before we do our second lady's choice?
No, I'm good.
All right. So, Jennifer, why don't you go ahead and introduce this for us? This will be our last video
Sure.
for today.
Yeah, this is a Squirrel Nut Zipper's Hell, and actually, when I was first learning saxophone, Matthew, I think we did this in one of our lessons, maybe the saxophone solo for this. But anyways, a long time ago, I don't know if you'd remember, but but anyway, I learned the saxophone solo for this. I think it might be a trumpet in this video, but I'm not sure. But anyway, this is just a fun song. It's a swing song, and it's like it's about hell, and it's just I don't know. It's just fun. Like I just always got a kick out of it because it's just one of those like let's go swinging dancing. And I actually used to swing dance back in college. I forget how to do it now, but but it was really fun. I was in a swing dance halftime show with the Florida State University Marching Chiefs, and I
Cool.
think we might have done this song. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but we had a whole swing show, and it's just fun. So I just thought it was a fun song. There's no meaning behind it or anything for me. It's just a fun song. Like,
All good. All good.
yeah.
Are you guys all ready for this?
Ready?
Yes.
All right, so without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Squirrel Nut Zippers. Excuse me. Squirrel Nut Zippers. Hell. Here
right.
we go.
Love the instrumentals in this.
I almost think that's an entire one.
Yeah. Well, this part is, this part.
The afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. The afterlife, you could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow there'll be hell to pay. People listen attentively, I mean about future calamity. I used to think the idea was obsolete until I heard the old man stamping his feet.
I love the skeletons.
Yeah, this is I just feel like I've seen the cartoon.
This is a place where
fun.
eternally fire is applied to the body. Teeth are extruded
It
and
is.
bones are ground and baked into cakes which are passed around. The afterlife could be headed for the serious strife. Now you make the scene all day, but tomorrow will be hell to pay.
There we go.
Oh yeah, that's sad.
Oh, beauty, talent, fame, money, refinement of skill and
I learned that
brain. But all the things you try to hide will be revealed on the other side.
It's a nice little short solo.
Make the furnace, but tomorrow yes, it is a surprise. Now the D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I O M. Lose your face, lose your name, then give it a voice to the flame. D and the A and the M and the N and the A and the T and the I O M. Lose your face, lose your name, then give it a voice to the flame.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, it was Disney cartoons. That's why I have seen it.
That was
Yeah.
neat.
I thought it was fun. Whoever put that with the cartoon there, but
Yeah, it was.
So it had a calypso feel.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that would be the style that I would use to explain that. And it had you know, that nice just 1 to dominant 7 change. Just seriously, I don't think it switched from that. I didn't hear a bridge. It was just the groove was just so infectious, and I mean, there's so many melodic things you can do just with those 2 chords, as illustrated so incredibly beautifully by that. The saxophone solo, it was cool. I liked it. It had this attitude about it that was sort of like raw.
Mm-hmm.
It really felt like it could have been played by a dead guy. I liked it. The way they did it. It didn't have any vibrato. It was like it was kind of a still tone. Didn't have a whole lot of depth to it.
Mm-hmm.
It almost sounded like a bone sax the way they mixed it. The trumpet, not as much like, you know what I mean? Like I don't think they messed with it as much. It sounded more like a kind of a standard trumpet kind of thing. Maybe dampened a little bit, but it was pretty cool. I like the trumpet solo as well. Just really fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun. Thank you, Jennifer.
And I loved when I learned the saxophone solo. I had a tenor at the time, I think, and it was just rocking it with the tenor. It was so much fun, and I don't even think I knew vibrato then anyway. So it kind of worked out, like, that I didn't know how to do vibrato at the time. So it was like, sweet. I still remember it too. I still remember how to play it.
That was really good stylistically. What'd you think,
Yeah.
Eve?
I actually do like this this band. I believe I have a copy of this album somewhere. I haven't listened to it in forever, but yeah, this is always, they're always just kind of, it's fun music. I mean, it's not to be taken seriously. It's kind of got that burlesque vibe to it. Yeah,
It's
like,
just fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that was enjoyable. I like that a lot. Any more comments about this one?
Nope, I think I'm good.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say.
All right. Well, guys, this was awesome. We really did a lot today. So, just to recap for everybody, this is going to be coming back around. You can, of course, as soon as I hit end, you'll be able to watch it again. Just start from the beginning. So, we started off with a double feature for Leapers. We did Dream Theater Live, Fatal Tragedy, incredible. And then we did the 1 hot minute of Elite Bata covering Dream Theater's Fatal Tragedy. That's a must-see. Check that out. And we did some Ayreon. That was really cool. We went into the ocean. And we did some awesome country, Eve's choice, and then we just did Jennifer's choice. So we had a great show today. It was really fun. I loved every song. Thank you, everybody who's been watching. Please like. We need lots of thumbs up so lots of people see this on the flip around. We need you guys, please share this stream out. A little Twitter, Facebook, whatever you're into would all really help. And subscribe. First of all, subscribe to Jennifer's music page. Jennifer's awesome saxophone and flute player. Make sure you check her out and give her thumbs up, views, and shares and subscribes. And the same thing for Evelyn Holland. They're going to be in the description, so you can find their links right down below. That's right. Give Evelyn a subscribe. She's going to be having some new content coming out, including the restreams of these React videos. So stay tuned to both of their channels for it. And also, of course, we'll have it here too. Matthew's Music Lessons Studio. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lessons Studio. And you can get bonus content from my podcast. You can get downloads of music. And you can also get extra pull with your requests, because I'm getting further and further behind. I'm like 6 weeks behind on videos now. It's crazy. If you want to get yours slipped in advance, you got to go to Patreon. Also, MatthewsMusicLessonsStudio.com for your music lessons. I teach voice, saxophone, guitar, and ukulele. You hit me up at Matthew's Music Lesson Studio where you get to record the lessons and keep them. That's right, everybody. We're all done for today. I apologize, but thank you for joining us on The Sound Live. We'll be back next Monday at 1:30 Pacific and next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Until then, be safe. Anything else you guys want to say as we wrap up the stream?
Just want to say thank you, Matthew, for having us.
Yes, thank you. It's what is this? My I think fourth or fifth react. It's been good, and
Yes.
yeah,
To my
I think
leapers.
we're all getting better at this the more we do it.
Yeah.
Very good. And so we'll see y'all next time on The Sound Live.
All right.